really well. I think that's part of why it was so successful. What I want to see now is how do you take this further? What would you see? What would you like to see?
I would love to see the attitude of the player who's playing the game reflected in how he or she plays the situation. Is it possible to incorporate that into a game? Saying 15 to get of 6 balls, 5 different people are playing the same game. Will they play it differently? Can you put that into a game?
So we sort of have that.
Yeah.
So we call it jump into action, where we present the same game to everybody.
Yeah.
And this is more or less.
Do they play differently?
I mean, basically they do, I guess, because.
No, for example, is it like bridge? Say in competitive bridge, everyone's given the same hand, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's given the same hand, and then it depends on how you bid. So can you present the same situation to everybody and see how differently they play?
Yeah.
So then the mind of the player comes in. Can the player say that my big guy in whom I have paid to become strong is at the non-striker's end? So should the striker go for the big hit or take a single? Can you incorporate those things in the game?
Yeah. Okay.
Or should the striker say, he says, no, I'll get my striker to take a chance on a 6. Even though he is, say, 40%. I'm just talking, he's 40%, my main player is 90%, but he's a non-striker there.
Yeah.
So what should the 40% player do?
Mm.
Is it possible to get the mind into games?
Yeah, it's super interesting because all of the things you just mentioned, right? The percentages, the probabilities, they're all
Because
it's very confusing.
Talk to the two of them about we also pretend to be knowledgeable when we know.
The Hitwicket with Harsha is basically that it's the same match, and then anybody can play in whichever style they play, but the scenario is the same.
It's like one of the games that you want to do, which is the RRGT game. Right? Yesterday, apparently at 7:38, there was a celebration for Jadeja. Because that. So now Mohit Sharma is bowling the last over. You know what, 13 to get, something like that? 13, 14, something to get. And he's bowled 3 dot balls. He's bowled considered 3 or 4 balls. What do you do? Interesting. What ball does he bowl? You're the bowler now. What ball do you bowl when you've got 10 to defend of 2 balls? I wonder if Jadeja got into a situation where that game the guy nothing to lose. I don't know.